Bushenye, 12th in the Commonwealth 1500, 8 years last year, but recently 5th in the African Championships. Beatrice Chebet of Kenya, she could be a real danger. Former world under-20. 5,000 metres then.
And they've gone to the front and kind of slowed it down. Chebet is an excellent athlete. Maybe she, along with Chesang, who's tucked in on the inside for Uganda, maybe she could be
into the lead. Julius Yego then of Kenya. Now, if anyone's going to challenge Nadeem of Pakistan, it's going to be Yego. The world champion in 2015, the African champion this year, was disappointed in Oregon. Was 14th in qualifying. Not near his best. Only over 80 metres this year. Oh, but he's responded to Nadeem's throw of 86.81. That's better. He's a 92.72 thrower at his best. A little smile from Julius Yego. It's going to be a huge season's best. He just didn't get it right a couple of weeks ago. Brilliant slow-mo replays. Keeping himself behind the line. He's got close here to the lead.
The curve, not really being stretched by this. I don't think Eilish has really cranked it.
And one by one, they are falling by the wayside. Her quest to follow again in her mum's footsteps going well. Liz McColgan had a gold in Auckland in the 10,000 and a bronze.
Looks very comfortable, doesn't she? What she got in those Kenyan legs. McColgan, though, is a canny racer. She will be thinking on her feet, calculating all the time. When do I wind it up? When do I click it up another notch? When do I click it up another notch? Almost like turning up the volume on a radio, just putting the pressure on the athletes behind her. She's looking okay, is Eilish McColgan, coming up towards 4 kilometres at the end of the straight this time. And Chebet, you're right, Rob, looks ominously calm and simple here, doesn't she? They went through 3,853. That's kilometre splits, 258, 257, 257. And this is 4K now. There it is, in third place. We mustn't discount a 500 to run, Rob, and it's anybody's race.
They are all getting ready for the big strike for home. And listen to the roar as they hit the bell. Bushenye gets to the front. McColgan has her stride checked. Can she find anything on the last 400 to stay with the two Kenyans?
Well, she's got the speed, has Eilish McColgan now, with 350 metres to run to stay behind these Kenyans. She's almost chopping her stride there, that long raking stride of hers, the back kick exceptionally high. Has she got the speed? Is there fatigue in those legs after the 10,000? McColgan behind Bushenye and Chebet. Kenya 1-2. This is like the men's 10,000 metres with Kiplimo tucked behind two Kenyans as Chebet kicks off the front. McColgan reacts, but maybe a little too late. Behind Bushenye, the second Kenyan, a glance over her shoulder. She will be third, but Chebet is gone and away. And the World Championship silver medalist will not be caught now. That's an extraordinary increase in pace. Fabulous running from Beatrice Chebet. Kenya will take gold in the 5,000 metres. She has blasted away. That's 25 metres in the space of 150. She's opened up. It's going to be gold for Kenya all the way. Beatrice Chebet punches the air as she crosses the line. A superb Scottish silver for Eilish McColgan. And a beautiful bronze for Bien.
In the shorter of the races, she has outperformed her mum. Liz McColgan had a gold in the 10 in Auckland and a bronze over the shorter of the distances, and her daughter has gone gold and silver. It's a brilliant performance by McColgan, and I'm glad she punched the air as she crossed the line. You can argue she's better at the 10 than she is at the 5. She burned everybody but Chebet off. Great bronze for Bushenye, but Chebet was just too good and too fast.
Chebet in a different class ultimately. Clearly a lot of pressure, didn't have to run the 10,000 metres here. Here is the 300 metres to go marker. McColgan was showing signs of stress and strain here with 200 to run. Chebet glanced up at the big screen there, bang, off she was gone like a rabbit with 220 to go. And really quick turnover. Lovely, light on her feet, isn't she? Superb speed around the crown of the bend there. McColgan, what a contrast, that long stride of hers, powering away. She glances over her shoulder, McColgan, there with about 110 to go. But she was safe for silver. Chebet, well, way out in front, wins by almost 4 seconds. Superb from Beatrice Chebet, who's got so much more in the tank, surely.
Her legs for the London Marathon to come at the start of October. But what about Beatrice Chebet, the world junior champion from 4 years ago, the African champion?
There's Abraham Kibiwott, 5th at the World Championships, the 26-year-old silver medalist 4 years ago. Ryan Kosteslos Kipruto, his compatriot. And there is Kipruto. He's made a comeback this year. The Rio Games Olympic champion, twice world champion, 2017, 2019. He is the defending champion here. Born. So where we go then, Rob Walker, can you see anybody?
Well, the interesting thing about this pace, Tim, at their very best, these three Kenyans are capable of running very close to 8 minutes. But this season's medal position, this will be generating incredible excitement back in India. He's having the race of his life.
The bell then in about 7:07. Between home and school, as there was no transport, and that is what so many of the Kenyans do. And Shamley now pulls up alongside Kibiwott. It's unthinkable, surely, that a Kenyan can be defeated. They're not going to have a 1-2-3, barring disaster in this next 150 metres. The water jump for the final time. This is critical. A little skip there from Kibiwott. What was that all about? Sable in second place, a metre down. Has he got the speed? Kibiwott grimacing, looks over his shoulder. Sable, this final barrier is critical. Sable takes it well. Kibiwott a little better. I don't know if the Indian's going to get there, or is he? As they come to the line, it's going to be tight. Sable's so close.
On him, and it was a good jump in the end.
If he can do it, I can do it.
It was absolutely superb. And they all really paid for that ridiculous 2:39 first K. Right, watch Kibiwott here. The reason he stutters into this water jump, watch his feet. He's trying to not touch it on the top because he could sense Sable was coming. There, he vaults it. Sable puts 1 foot on the barrier, and he just got an extra half foot or so there, despite the fact that it looked awkward. But what a battle towards the line. 0.05 of a second. We've seen sprint races won with bigger margins than this. Kibiwott is home and host here. Now Sable digs again. All those years of running and walking those 6K to school. He's got stamina to burn, and he's taken a huge step up in class there. 6 clean sweeps in a row, but thanks to Sable, it was not destined to be a magnificent 7th.
Well, by almost the thickness of a vest, Kenya take gold. They retain gold in the steeple.
Championships. Mary Moore of Kenya, dangerous, starts in lane number 5, bronze at the recent World Championships. And Mora. So the gun goes. Gould takes the lead at the bell, 56.5 seconds. Gould of Jamaica, Hodgkinson in second. Laura Muir tracking Hodgkinson in third. Mora dropping right back after that first fast 400 metres. Natoya Gould, the Jamaican, then was the fastest qualifier for this 800-metre final. Hodgkinson making a move onto the shoulder of Gould. Laura Muir on the inside line in third. 200 metres to go.
Mora coming back, but my goodness me, she's got a huge amount of ground to make up. Gould is holding the inside line. Hodgkinson on her shoulder. Can she do it? So often it's been silver. Is it going to be gold tonight?
Hodgkinson, Gould on the inside, Mora's pushing. Laura Muir still got a bit in the tank, the Scottish star, but Keely Hodgkinson grits her teeth. But back from nowhere, the Kenyan Mary Mora, 1:57.07. Keely Hodgkinson will pick up another silver medal at a major championships. But wow, the way the Kenyan Mary Mora ran that race to win the gold medal was absolutely astonishing but outstanding.
What a strange, strange way to do it. The dance of delight, and the gold goes to Mora. She set the pace at 200, miles clear of everyone else. When they came through at the bell, the place miles down at the bell, and left herself. This is a massive, massive moment for them, and a great moment for athletics.
Linford Chris in those fabulous Kenyan colours. He goes in 3. Simbine, the good start there from Omanyala. He's got the jump on Sabina at the moment. Omanyala's going away with this one. He will not be caught. This is justice for the man who couldn't do himself justice in Eugene. He takes the gold for Kenya. 10.02 into a slight headwind, minus 0.9. But daylight between Ferdinand Omanyala of Kenya and the rest. Maybe about a meter's difference in it. The winning time, well, it doesn't matter a hoot. Who cares that it wasn't under 10 seconds? It was brilliant running at the start. He got out of the block so well, put the others under pressure, and Omanyala has gold. And we talk about the Kenyans being the long-distance specialists. They dominate at cross-country. They're great at steeplechase, 5,000, 10,000. History, ninth fastest man ever from anywhere around the planet. 9.77 he ran in the middle of September last year. And there was never any doubt about it. He led from the very first stride. Simbine tightening up there with the pressure of trying to get back. That's more than a metre lead. Great running on the near side from Browning, who just got out-dipped. It was so tight. You look at the place times, I'm telling you, from second place down to sixth place, just 7/100ths of a second. I mean, that is a very, very tight finish indeed. I thought it looked there 20 metres out, like Browning was going to get a medal.
Yeah, I did, because he was closing. And then it all got a little bit tight on the line. I said this during the semi-finals. He looks like he's built like a boxer rather than a sprinter. His upper body is absolutely massive. And just like Julius Yego, who became a world champion for Kenya in the javelin, Omanyala is showing that the Kenyans don't just win medals when it comes to the steeplechase, the 1500, the 8, the 5 and the 10. He is a history maker and a record breaker for the proud East African nation, and I wonder how many more Kenyans will want to get into sprinting after seeing what Omanyala has done here in Birmingham and around the World's Diamond League circuit over the last couple of years. That was superb,
wasn't it just?
And for the second, he starts in 5. Wycliffe Kinyamal of Kenya, the reigning champion. It's 800 metres. Can this athlete, Peter Bol of Australia, hold off the Kenyan charge, hold off the English charge?
And who's going to go for it first?
55.5 at the 400-metre point. It's tight. Keep an eye on Jamie Webb, the English athlete there on the left of your shot, coming onto the shoulder of the Ghanaian. Kinyamal, Bol, Webb. The piercing stare of Webb of England, trying to hold on to the change of pace from Kenya and Australia. Guy Newmont on the inside for Scotland in 4th.
Kinyamal's going for this with 200 to go. He makes his bold bid for glory. Bol is hanging on. Remember, no Australians won this for 40 years. But he's falling back here. Can Kinyamal continue to pull away? It's between these two.
Kinyamal, Bol, look at Patterson for England. It's a battle for the gold. It's going to be won by the Kenyan. Brilliant running by England's Ben Patterson to pick up the bronze. But he collapses to the ground. The 25-year-old Kenyan came here to defend his time.
Initiative. I think Bol tactically got it 95% right. He maybe should have wanted to be on the curb in the lead with 300 to go, and he wasn't. And that's what ended up being decisive. Here it is, down the back straight. They still haven't really hit the hammer flat out here. I mean, it was almost a 250 race, Cat.
It was. Jamie Webb committed, didn't he, and tried to go with the leading 2. He ended up in 4th place at 1:48.6. But Kinyamal here put his foot down. But keep your eye on Ben Patterson, the English athlete who picked up a bronze, 20 years old. The last 3 years, he's taken a second off his lifetime best every single year. A 1:44.6 runner awarded with a bronze medal here. But no, the Kenyan, not today. Points.
Oh, it was a brilliant race. He was bold, and as Tim said, that first couple of steps, when you put the accelerator on,
passion with that personal best of 901 to win in Tokyo last year. And Jacqueline Chepkoech, I think she's a bit of a dark horse, this young lady. Only 9:21 this year, and that is her lifetime best. Has no world-class times of the distances.
Perez Chematai, the Olympic champion, only 11th in Eugene. As you said, Tim, should be hugely disappointed with that.
It's championships, but Amy Pratt, apart from a French athlete who ran really fast in the semis, at the World Championships, is the next best European, and it'll be fascinating to see how well she can go at the European Championships if she chooses to go there after the tiredness that will inevitably be over her through from Eugene and here. If she goes to Munich at the Europeans, I'd love to see a good account of herself there. But these two still, 50 metres ahead, maybe a little bit more. Pratt in third place, leading the chase. Lizzie Bird there, right on her shoulders, the Shaftesbury Barnet Harrier. And one of the Australians there in fifth place as well. That's Amy Cashin, who's right there. Cashin, who's a 9:21 performer, not much slower than the...
Look at this, the two East African nations side by side. This is going to be a fascinating conclusion.
Well, the second kilometre, a 3:08.
Down, and now she's letting her adrenaline fly. And she's doing well here to get back into this race. So we had a faller in the form of the...
fall halfway round the penultimate lap from Peru Chemutai. And what a run this is from Lizzie Bird. 9th at the Olympic Games last year. The 27-year-old could be heading for a personal best here. The 2K time, remember, 6:08. How quick will this final lap be covered in this final kilometre?
We're in for a spectacular conclusion here because, yes, it looks like the World Junior Champion is heading for the gold. But watch Lizzie Bird in third. No English woman has ever won a medal in this event, and she's closing in on the Olympic champion.
She is indeed there. Send her a picture. Lizzie Bird in the white and red of England. The crowd on their feet, roaring her on. That gap was 50 or 60 metres for most of the race. Then, of course, the Olympic champion, Peru Chemutai, had that awkward fall a lap ago. And Lizzie Bird closing right up on the Ugandan. Bird moves into second place, and she will get a massive surge of adrenaline from that move and from the roar of the crowd as Chepkoech eases into the straight now, heading surely for the Commonwealth gold. But watch the clock. This is going to be quick. The fastest time in the Commonwealth Games, that, of course, held by Nzikuru in that initial version of the steeplechase in the Commonwealth Games. 9:21 is the Commonwealth record. She's going to smash that. And Lizzie Bird closing all the time. Kenya take gold. England a fabulous silver. And Uganda, the Olympic, okay. And he was interviewed afterwards. He said, well, you've got to clear the barriers, haven't you? That was his comment. That was as subtle as was needed.
I remember watching
in their event that they feel they own. They've won 8 of the 12 medals. Any of the East African athletes is anything but textbook, but it doesn't matter because normally they go around in lightning fast times and take medals and titles and records. But that looked very, very painful indeed. It was a heavy fall. She almost went over sideways, just clipped it with her foot.